He shoved me out of our anniversary dinner so hard my wrist hit the door frame. I remember the icy shock more than the pain, and the stunned silence that followed in the dining room, the kind of hush that makes you realize everyone's been waiting for the explosion. He didn't even look back, just stormed into the kitchen, muttering about how I never appreciate anything. I stood there, heart pounding, staring at the table I'd spent hours setting up, the candles flickering in the draft left by my exit. I should have left right then. Instead, I followed him, adrenaline drowning out the voice in my head screaming at me to stop. The kitchen lights were harsh, and he was already at the counter, fists clenched. But he wasn't alone. She was there, his ex, the one he swore he'd blocked on everything. Her lipstick was smudged, her laugh was sharp, and her hand was on his back like she belonged there. I watched as he spun around, guilt flashing in his eyes for a split second before he covered it with anger. They started shouting. Accusations flew, about how I was always suspicious, how I made everything harder, how he needed someone who understood him. She threw in comments about how she'd always known we'd never last, how he'd been coming to her for comfort for months. The room felt so small I could barely breathe. I wanted to scream, to throw something, but I just stood there, shaking, as the truth unfolded faster than I could process. Then he said it. That he wasn't in love with me anymore, that he'd only stayed because he felt guilty, because he thought I'd fall apart if he left. All I could think about was how hard I tried to be enough, and how I twisted myself into someone unrecognizable just to keep him. The real betrayal wasn't them, it was me, realizing I'd given up every boundary I had just to avoid being alone. In that moment, the worst part wasn't losing him, it was seeing how much of myself I'd already lost.